All right, good afternoon. So I've been up for a few hours, just dorking around doing some work, and I think it's gym time. I am really heavily debating on buzzing my head, um, and man, it's hard because a buzz cut in the past has sort of signified big change for me. Like when I first started my like big cut when I lost 45 pounds was actually the first time that I buzzed my head, was when I was, fat. Um, and a lot of change followed that. Um, and I'm just kind of tired of having long hair. It takes a lot to take care of it. Um, so yeah, I'm on the fence. I don't know if I'm gonna do it yet. The only thing is I would do it myself, but I don't really have a good way to clean up the back. So I might look a little weird. I haven't even edited and put out the last video at this point in time. I kind of forgot about it last night. Yeah, it's a chest day. No tripod still, so it's probably going to be a lot of talking day. I've already eaten, so I'll probably just go to the gym and then maybe have some sort of car thoughts afterwards, some yapping to do. Because I want to try and put some value in these videos, or at least, put my thoughts into these. I might actually talk about the circumstances and the situation in my breakup. Because the last couple of days I've just been feeling like I really desperately want to share what I'm going through. But, I also don't want to air out too much of anyone's business. So yeah, we'll see kind of where I end up on that. But gonna go get a lift in. So yeah. Okay, lift is over. Lift's been over for a while. I'm sort of just now picking up my phone to record some post-lift footage. It was a chest day. Went great. Did some really good heavy incline Smith work. But yeah, I mostly wanted to share an experience that I had going into the gym, I guess. I have just parked my car. I'm sitting there, and I drive. Sorry, the water's loud. Hold on. Big ass water bottle. I just parked, and I drive a BMW. I drive a 235i, and this guy pulls in, driving a 535, and parks right next to me. And I recognized him. We had kind of met, I believe, freshman year of college. I knew who he was. And we just never really, had deeper conversations or anything like that. And so, we kind of got out at the same time. I called him in his car. We briefly talked about cars, and we went into the gym and, kind of went our separate ways. And then he ended up coming over to me because I was on Smith, and we were doing training the same thing. And we just got onto the topic of faith and, well, I guess life in general, talking about life and faith. And he eventually asked me where I went to church. And I explained where I currently go to church, and I explained where I used to go to church because I had a girlfriend that I would go to that church with. And he was like, "Oh, I think I saw you in here with her. Are you guys still together?" He might not have asked that. He said something inquiring, "How's it going?" And I was like, "Well, actually, we broke up, 4 or 5 days ago now." And he just like very gently asked like why, like what happened. Um, and so I just, I explained to the best of my abilities over the course of 5 minutes or so. And he just sat and listened. And he asked some really like some good questions, some really like faith driven questions, and like, in the end he encouraged me. I was like, well, I think you like I don't know. He expressed his understanding, I guess. And he was just so supportive and really just listened to everything that I was saying and was so emotionally attuned to it. It was really nice. It's rare that you see a man I think he's a year older than I am, so he's probably 22 because I'm 21. That is such a good listener, so empathetic, and just really cares enough to notice, to ask, and to just be a genuine person, and we had some really good conversation about it, and good conversation about how important it is, if you're a Christian, to make sure that your relationship is centered on God. And I guess that's the prevailing thought that I'm having now. Because my relationship ended on really good terms. I actually initiated the breakup, and it was just something that I didn't want to do. I just loved her so unbelievably much. But I think in the walks of life that we're both in right now, the habits and routines that our relationship created were counterproductive in our relationships with God. And, at least for me, I was not just in my faith, but I was getting worse in a lot of ways in my fitness journey, and almost in every way. I was slowly moving backwards, and I truly believe that if you are a Christian and your relationship is not centered on God, there's two choices that you have, and the first is to center it on God, and obviously that can look many different ways, but the other is, if it's not centered on God, you distance yourself from God and you sacrifice your relationship with God. There is no balance. I don't believe that as a Christian you can, in good faith, believe in God, believe that your life should be centered around God, and stay in a relationship that is not aiding that, or in a relationship that is not centered around Him, right? If you continue to stay in a relationship like that, you will eventually bear the responsibility for the outcome that you are furthering yourself from God and that you are worsening your relationship with God. And obviously there's more nuance to that. It's not just black and white, but I think that was a realization that I've had, as much as it hurt me, as much as I, desperately didn't want to do what I had to do. I think it was what was best for me as a person, and I think I'm also looking out for her to a degree, because I think it's really unfair to keep myself in an environment and in circumstances where I am not growing towards the best version of myself or presenting the best version of myself. I think that's a disservice to her, to knowingly give her a worse version of me. And I'm really, really hopeful that in the future, we can take some time apart and recenter ourselves as individuals and come back together with both of our lives, and then as a result of that, our relationship centered around God. So should hopefully just be a break and not a forever separation. But it was really nice to have that interaction in the gym, and yeah, he invited me to like go hang out at the sauna with him and his friends later. And I actually ended up having plans with friends tonight, unfortunately. But I told him to text me next time. So, hopefully I've made a good friend there. And again, it was just a really, really nice interaction. And yeah, lift was great. My calories have been really, really low. Yesterday I had like 1,200. The day before I had 1,000. My appetite's been really low post breakup, so I know it's probably less than I should be eating, but whatever. I think I'm at 1,400 today, and that's where I'm just gonna call it because I'm not hungry and it's about 9 o'clock. I'm going to bed soon, anyways. But it was 155.5 this morning, so up 0.4 pounds, which I'm not sure how I'm up weight, but seems like it's most likely just a hydration fluctuation. 0.4 pounds is not a lot, and over the course of the week I'm still in a net negative. So yeah, I've got to upload the yesterday's footage / video. Yeah, if you did see this, you did stick around, thank you. I appreciate anyone watching these and sticking around to see what I have to say. I think so far the first two videos have 1 combined view. The first video got a view. The second one still has no views. So yeah, blowing up, I guess. But anyways, enjoy the rest of your day / night, evening, whatever time it is for you. And I will see you tomorrow.